513 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Harddrive brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's,
we care.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Thursday, the 29th of January. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show, none other than the lovely Lady J. Lady J, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm well. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling?
Personally, I'm good, but I'm still concerned about my mom, as I told you. Mm-hmm. But me, in general, I'm good.
All right. How are things, with the family? Because I do know that and it happened this morning. Mm-hmm. My good friend, Mr. Sylvester, he called, and he was talking about his relationship quite kind of openly, and he wasn't lying or anything. He wasn't disrespecting anybody. Talking about the fact that he and his wife, they don't really share a bedroom and this sort of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's speaking the truth. It's just that he's saying it in public, and some people feel, well, maybe he shouldn't be doing that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm just asking, because I know you seem to be a little open as well, with your home and so on. So I hope everything's all right.
Yeah. Andre, it can never be 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we are human beings. It can never be 100%.
No, what I mean, to get a lecture either from Consuelo or your husband saying, hey, why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about,
in that respect.
Yeah, that sort of thing tends to happen sometimes.
Oh, well, no. Consuelo is just gonna. People have been calling and saying your mom is always talking about you, Consuelo, blah blah. But in the case of what you just said with the man saying they sleep in separate rooms, I don't think I would go that far, Andre. Yeah. If it was happening, it's not happening. But I'm just saying, if it was happening, I don't think I would let the world know about it. But I think if my partner was aware that, and he agreed or she agreed, so to speak, then it would be okay. Mm-hmm. So if the wife is okay with him telling the world, then it's quite okay with the two of them.
It didn't sound like she was okay with it. And these things tend to happen to radio personalities, because very few of us open up. Very few. I remember, without mentioning names, there was another personality we're talking about his better half. Was anything bad? We're just joking around and so on. And she didn't take kindly to that at all.
Yeah.
She didn't take kindly to it at all. He had to actually speak to us and say, hey, listen, let's leave her out. That kind of thing. Yeah. Some people don't take kindly to those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you have a situation where you have other people who are listening, and they will call you a significant other. I'm not saying it's me. I'm just speaking in general. And tell them the thing in such a way,
twisted,
that would make it seem like it's bad and that they shouldn't be tolerating that sort of thing. So you have the backseat drivers who get involved as well. So they help create problems.
And in this day and age of social media, when it comes to social media, they are judge and jury, Andre.
Tell me about it.
So when it gets twisted, it's really hard to try and correct,
Yes.
And people don't really listen, to be honest. They don't listen, right? So when they're not listening, they sort of grasp what they want to grasp.
Yeah.
And when you get that second, third, fourth hand information, that's where the trouble comes in.
I read about celebrities and so on, and I find in the U.S., in the U.S., the U.K., not really Canada. I just find generally the U.K., the U.S., they're very, very open about their like illness and so on. You notice that they're very open about those things, and I think in their case, when it comes to illness, they're generally open because they, in a sense, want something done about the situation.
Exactly.
So they bring it to the fore. And sometimes they say some deep stuff, right? Mental issues, things that they've been going through. Look, Ye just came out and he spoke about bipolar and so on. And that's
his reasons.
That's why he was behaving the way he's behaving.
Yeah.
And I said, wow. So they're very open about those things, which I think is a cool thing now in St.
And
Lucia.
I'm happy he did that.
Yeah. In St. Lucia now, we are very protective of this thing. If we have a cold, we have a cold, and somebody say, "Hey, you have a cold, man?" Me, nah, man, nah.
You're right. That's true. You're right.
Yeah, we're very protective of those things, and I suspect maybe it's because we're just a small society. I don't know. Everybody knows everybody.
Maybe, but I also think in the Caribbean that's how we are. Again, because it's 238 square miles, and I think also the way we were brought up to keep everything to yourself sort of thing. It must remain in the family. So very few are open to other persons knowing what's happening, but sometimes it is for your own good, where probably you need the help, and we're talking about financially. If someone don't know, how can they help you? You know what I mean? Because it's very costly, Andre, when you get sick in the Caribbean. It's very costly. Insurance, how much do you get? So it's very, very costly. Whereas, overseas might be a little better at your cost or your receivables over your insurance, I mean, somebody that's in the insurance can talk to us about that. I don't know much about it. But I remember, well, I'm no longer insured, but when I was, it wasn't totally half of the amount, but we were getting something back.
Yeah. So I was just making that point because he called the show. The gentleman called this morning and he was saying that somebody apparently, because he said that, Andre, you have no idea how much people are listening to that station. And then he used that as an example, saying what he was talking about. Somebody called and they told the wife. But he's
so
very,
did he say she was
open.
upset about it, or she just discussed it with him?
He didn't say that, but the way he spoke, as though they were reporting to the wife the negative stuff. Yeah, because he was saying if they'd taken what he said in the context within which he was speaking, then they wouldn't have sort of twisted it like that. Yeah, but that's the way we roll.
But Andre, when you were listening to it, did you take it in as a negative?
No, at all.
Okay.
At all. And maybe it's because I'm very, very I'm very, very open. I think the only other person I know who's a radio personality who has come close to me. I rated myself now. I give myself all the ratings. Is the only person that came close to me is Russell Lake.
Oh, he's pretty open.
That's the only
Russell
person.
is very open. Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
So you don't think I'm more open?
Yeah, you are too open too. The two of you, Andre, the two of you.
So yeah, seriously, and I know some people don't like it, especially maybe family members. They think that maybe I go a little too far sometimes, but no. We're all human, and you're thinking sometimes that you are the worst, right? Or that other people are not going through stuff. Boy, what you talking about? I remember one time I was talking to a gentleman, and he's married for quite a while. Many years, and I thought that he and his wife were having a very, very good relationship. And one day he was talking one of his unguarded moments, when they feel comfortable with you, and he said, "Boy, Andre, if you see certain marriages, right?" And I know he was talking about his, and he was saying, "You think that people are happy, and they're not." Okay, and I wouldn't go into any detail, but I knew he was talking about himself. And I thought that people
you know?
Of course, based on what he was saying, because the conversation didn't just end there. You understand? I was talking to him, and then I say, "Wow, boy, wow." So you see, so I have no problem doing that. That's why you see, for example, I talk about my grandfather, my grandmother, and by the way, I speak about them both in glowing terms.
Yes, you have.
Right? Exactly. As well as the downs. That's the reality of life. So I'm very, very open. I try to be that way. So nobody can come and say Andre Paul is a hypocrite and this kind of thing.
You're very open. But Andre, to me, marriage is a job. You have to work on it. You know, you have to work on it. And for some people, I'm working. I like it. I work hard. I don't just do my duties, but I do everything else that comes in my way, you know. So marriage is the same thing. If the two people are not working together for what they want, which is to save this marriage, it's not going to work. You know, it's not going to work. I mean, probably in the early stages, you know, hubby and I went out a lot, right? Now he's not going out unless, you know, it's a special occasion. And there's some times that I want to go out. So if I have my girlfriend, because my out is just a chill. Just go out and chill. Go to the cinema, which I would do sometimes myself. No problem. I haven't done it since, I think, COVID, maybe once after COVID, but I haven't done it. But I would go like every Tuesday, go by myself, Andre, enjoy that time by myself. Because some people go to the beach and chill. For me, it's rather have a little drink with hubby or something like that. Now, some people enjoy doing it on their veranda, husband and wife, and talk about the day, the week, the month, what's happening. And then it just dies. Now, what makes it die?
Good question.
Yeah, what makes it die? Because one person actually gives up.
Yeah, as you said there, we don't put in the work.
Right.
Yeah, because it's work.
Yeah, it is work.
Yeah.
I mean, Andre, if I come here every day and I'm not doing what you tell me do, in as much as you love me, you're going to tell me, hello, I am working out.
Yeah, that's true.
This is not working. So it's the same thing. Some marriages will say, it's not working. I gotta go. Some others will say, well, there are a lot of other qualities in the individual, so I'll see what I can do. I'll hold on to these qualities because, Andre, you move from one to the next and you're going to get, it's not going to be rosy.
Exactly.
Seriously, it's not going to be rosy. It may be better in at 90%, whereas maybe yours was at 45%. So you decide, I'm going to leave the 45%, I'll get a better one. And you think it's 100%, and then it starts to drop, you know. So we have to work on it in order for, you know, anything to be good, Andre, we have to work on it. It says, what is the saying again? We always say, practice makes perfect. I never believe in that. Practice makes preparation.
Interesting.
Yes,
but you know, when we work on relationships, generally at the outset, at the beginning of the relationship, that's when we tend to work on relationships, meaning we put a lot of effort into making the person feel good at the beginning. And for some reason, and I think, again, our caller brought this up this morning, and I said that is a mistake. Maybe one of these days, maybe Councillor Phil and his wife can go down that road, right? The gentleman who called this morning was saying that there was this lady who was in love with him, and she really wanted to be with him, but he wasn't able to return the love because she was like, he didn't use the word smother. I'm using the word smother. Okay?
What? What word?
Smother. You always around somebody's neck, right?
Yeah.
And I asked him, because I asked him to describe how this lady was behaving, and that's the same thing. And I say it's a serious I call it a tactical error that we are making in relationships. We feel that we need to be showing this, and I think the intention is good. I need to show you that I care about you, I love you, and I want to be with you. But there's something about the human spirit. Only maybe Councillor Phil I can answer that. There's something about the human spirit. It just like drives you up the wall. It just turns you off. I don't know why that happens. And you figure as though the best thing to do is to smother this person. I want to be around you. You know, that sort of thing. But for some reason, it doesn't work like that. We need to give people some space. All right? We can't want to be in there for morning, noon, and night. Now, I'm so aware of that. I'm so aware of that I try to not be around you in such a way that it would irritate you. I rather there be a little space. So when you see now, I see you. You know, we're all happy and we're excited, you know, to be around each other. But if I have to be in your, and you know, there's some people that do that, men that do that. They're in your foot 24/7. Everywhere you go, they're there, almost like an obsession.
Even tracking you.
Exactly. a lady told me one time, and she showed me the phone, right? Her significant other called her over 80-something times for the day. 80-something times. Yeah.
Andre, sometimes I think that's not love, that's obsession. You're obsessed. 80-something calls?
Yeah, I think, again, I think they want to show you, I really do love you. And that's they think that by doing that, you will now reciprocate and say, wow, he's really into me, she's really into me.
No, Andre, when you leave in the morning, if you are living together, I think the simple, have a good day, love you, these words are going to last for the whole day for me.
Yes.
Until I get back home.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't need, of course, a call while I'm at work, because you're at work probably 8 hours. Of course, a call, or now we are able to text, we're able
and
to
by the way,
note.
a quick call.
Well, yeah, because we're at work.
A quick call.
Yeah, we're at work, so make it quick.
But the people want to, talk to you even when you're at work. Like, for example, hey, and okay, maybe you can say so. Because people believe, right, that when you're sitting here, this is easy stuff. Mm-hmm. You're just sitting here, almost doing nothing, just playing music.
No. Not
right?
at all.
This job is very, very, very challenging.
Left and right and tapping and everything. Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, imagine, my shift in the morning is extremely tight, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't spend too much time on the phone. So when somebody messages me, and I mean that could be anybody, right? I do not want to stay on the phone. I don't want to, because I know it puts me off. You understand? The person now who doesn't understand what it is to be in here, they're thinking as though like you just don't want to talk to them. And really it's just that you just don't have the time. Right?
But Andre, to me, in the conversations that you are having, that should be part of your conversation. Because when you meet someone, you should be telling the person about who Andre is. What does Andre do? That should be part of the conversation. What is Andre willing to do in the next 5 years or whatever? To me, all of that should be part of the conversation. So at some point, that person should understand what his duties are and understand that I would need to get in touch with him before he goes to work or after.
Exactly. But, or if you do get in touch with me because of the challenges of my work, that I can't stay on the phone for a long time.
Quick call, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, sometimes I get so caught up here that I'm responding to somebody and the person's window is open, right? Say WhatsApp, it's open. And something comes up in the studio while I'm here. So I put my phone down, completely forgetting that thing is open. Now somebody is checking me, right? Whoever that person may be, male, female, and they're messaging me. I'm not responding because I'm not even checking my phone. But they're thinking that because they see I'm online, that I'm online.
It shows that. Yeah, it shows that because you didn't come out of the window. That has happened to me before. And when I said, well, not to my partner, but just a girlfriend, when I said, no, I did not see your message, it was not closed. And there was this back and forth.
Right.
I said, well, let's try it. No, I wasn't. No,
what I mean is that this,
I was not on the phone. In their mind.
Yeah, you were on the phone.
That you saw my messages.
Yes, exactly.
So I said, you know what? I'm going back home now. Let's test it. You send me a message and I will show you. Because my phone is in my hand right now. So you send me a message and you'll see. And that's how she realized that, oh yeah, that's true. Because once you leave it open, Andre, person will see you.
Yes. And they're thinking that you're just on,
It says typing when you're not typing. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you have all kinds of things in this particular environment, right? And especially when you're wearing a few caps.
Yep.
Okay? So the things that you need to address and so on, and sometimes you just have to be on the phone. But anyway.
But Andre, you've never sent a text message. We're talking about it, not a voice, but a text message. You've written everything, and you're so busy, Andre. Everything you sent is still there. It hasn't gone yet.
It hasn't gone yet. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. In fact, that happened to me this morning. That happened to me this morning.
And you're thinking you've sent that, and it's still there.
And imagine, and the person's there waiting for you to respond. And when now you finally respond, or you don't respond, and you're thinking all the time that you send the message, and the person said to you, you mean to say the entire day went by, I sent you a message from what time, and you never responded to me? And they're thinking that you did it deliberately. And
Andre, when you say this is the message I wanted to send, they think, no, you just typed it.
Yeah, or you lie, or you're lying.
No, people, it's true. It happens. It happened to me a few times. When you're busy, you're busy. And people have to understand that a lot of people, because they are not busy, they're not finding things to do, they believe everybody else have the time in the world.
You remember you saying something, was it earlier this week or last week? I say, but imagine how the week passes by so quickly. And you were saying it's because people fill their day with activity, doing stuff.
You have to.
Right? And look, today's already Thursday. I was like, what? Today's Thursday already? Miss, yeah? Tomorrow's Friday already, kind of thing.
January went by so quickly.
Yeah.
And Andre, another thing again, based on what you said, if people would busy themselves, they wouldn't have time to call their partners 100 times. I'm telling you. If they just... you at work, it's not your business,
Live
it's not
life.
your company. You need to focus. Get the work done. You know?
And live your life. Live your life. Who says so? Pastor Phil, to the max, live your life to the fullest. Yeah,
totally agree.
Yeah, find stuff to do, things that interest you and so on. I know for sure. I find things to do with my time.
Yeah,
big time. Yeah.
Well, you like driving, so I'm sure
that is part of it. You know.
It's a boring day.
Yeah,
going to the jump
gym
in that vehicle.
Yeah, going to the gym, being on my laptop when I'm at my house there, putting music on my laptop to checking the latest. I'm always doing something, always busy.
Very good.
Right now, sometimes now my little daughter Nairobi. Boy, she calls me at the most inopportune moments. She calls me, right? And sometimes I feel bad to say to her, I have to leave. I feel bad because she's calling me, I have to leave because I'm just headed to work and so on. You always going to work.
If she only knew. Soon she'll understand what that word means. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you always going to work. You always going to work. Life boy. Anyway, hey, we haven't said good morning to the folks on DBS as yet.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate that. Okay, so let me just do some house
Cynthia,
shows.
good morning.
Oh yes,
she's always saying good morning to you, Andre.
Cynthia. And of course, your other friend,
Annie,
the former Carnival Queen. The former Carnival Queen.
So many.
Oh, sorry. The one who usually chimes in. Look, I'm forgetting her name right now.
Gussie? Irene?
Irene.
Irene.
Right, Irene.
Oh, I'm sure Irene is on already.
Yeah, Irene, good morning to
Andre,
you.
so many Carnival Queens.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
When it comes to me.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, good morning, Irene.
Do you remember Renisa Lovins? You remember her?
Yes, she was Grosley Carnival Queen. Yeah, she texted me yesterday.
She texted me yesterday as well.
Yeah.
I suspect she probably dropped by this week. Yeah, it was nice hearing from her again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just do the house chores as always. Today the menu at the Thomas O'Bread place is pigtail bouillon and chicken pilau.
Ah, nice. The bouillon sounds good, Andre.
The pigtail bouillon.
The pigtail. Remember I told you I like the tail.
You like that?
I don't like the other
All
parts
right.
of
Yes. Okay.
So that sounds really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yummy.
Well, I'll be going there today for sure.
Enjoy.
So I did promise to get you the peanut CMOS.
Yeah,
so
I'll
get that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really want the pigtail bouillon?
No. Andre.
Okay.
Not this week. Andre, I did less exercise this week because of, my mom's situation. So it wouldn't be fair for me to have that pigtail bouillon.
And my lady friend, my senior citizen who usually listens to the show, I'm going up to the Thomas O'Bread place today so I can get the chicken pilau for you if you want it. So please let me know.
She has not contacted me yet?
She did contact me, but like a few days after. Yeah, she told me it was somebody who called her because she said she just stepped out of her room, to go and do something. And then she missed it. I was like, what? She said by the time she came back, I had already moved on. So somebody called and told her, but Andre was calling you to let you know he's going to get the thing for you. So if you're listening, my lady, give me a call after I get off the air, which should be about 11:30 this morning, and we shall talk. All right? So today,
just
go ahead.
Let you know. Today is Thursday.
Yes, I know.
So it's going to be before 11:30.
Yes. But I'll be free at that time. That's when I'll be free.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So because the healing process is at 11:30. So that's when I'm going to be free because when I get off there at 11, there are things obviously that I have to take care of. Okay. So the menu for today at the Thomas O'Bread place is pigtail bouillon and chicken pilau. And remember to try their wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut, and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed CMOS with milk or without milk.
Yummy.
So it's up to you. All right. Now I have a couple of shout outs. Happy birthday to my dear friend Petula. I sent her another message asking her if she wants to say anything special, but I don't think she saw my message. So it's just Petula. She's celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Petula. You know yourself. I guess your family knows you that you're celebrating your birthday today. So all the best to you. Have yourself a great time on your special day today, Petula. Also to Cyrilia Haynes in Brooklyn, New York. She's celebrating her birthday as well. From your family, right? Your children, Tanya, that's a nice name, Tanya, Candice, and Benaya. That's another nice name. Yeah. Benaya Haynes in Brooklyn, New York City. So, and especially from your husband, Bernard.
Oh,
my good friend Bernard. Okay, so Cyrilia Haynes in Brooklyn, New York. Happy birthday to you. Have yourself a great day on your special day today. All right, so Lady J, anything you want to mention before we move on?
Your entry was interesting. So
okay,
yeah.
You said enough already. Okay, so let's talk about World War II. One of the veterans of World War II. I think the last remaining soldier who, from St. Lucia, and who was, I guess, should I say, directly involved in the war, because St. Lucia was affected. I remember my grandfather and grandmother used to talk about a boat that was in the harbor. And in those days, folks, where you have Manuel Street there, right? That's where the Jay, I cannot explain it, huh? I cannot explain it because it's back in the day. And this boat was docked.
Andre, remember how we explained it? The building.
Yeah, that's right. And the boat was docked. It was docked there. And my grandmother said that she heard the explosion. Boom! Yeah. So it was like torpedoed, and everything was just scattered all over the place. That's during World War II. And she said everybody ran now to Castries to see what had happened. And I remember her saying that there were like eggs littered all over the place, like hard-boiled eggs and so on, littered all over the place. So those that maybe were still not cracked yet, they were actually able to salvage some of them. Okay. Yeah, because Americans always leading the world where those kinds of things are concerned. So we got a little taste of it. So there were these veterans, and the last remaining veteran, I believe, his name is Reginald Dominic Cherubin. I'm sure most of us know the gentleman.
Yeah, his children as well. I know them.
What really caught my attention about him, and I'm sure you're going to agree, his eyes.
Yeah, all the children got it as well.
Yeah.
All of the children.
When we were kids,
but only one, I think.
When we were kids, we used to call that Ziegui.
Okay. And his height as well, Andre. He was really tall. He must have been about, 6'4"?
Probably.
4. Yeah. Because he was really, really tall.
Tall, slim gentleman.
Just a gentle
and
person.
handsome.
Extremely
handsome, yes. And he had those eyes, oh my gosh.
And his son looked exactly like him.
Oh yeah,
Can't remember his name right now, but he has since passed, yeah.
Yeah, handsome young man, handsome. Yeah. There was one of them I worked with up at Radio St. Lucia. He was there for a while. I forgot his name.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I only know two of them. The one who passed away and his daughter. What's her name right now? I can't even.
I think her name is Weeks now. Weeks. I think that's the last name.
She's the only one I know that's.
Yeah.
That's
Jackie.
here. Jackie.
Yeah,
How could I forget Jackie? Hi, Jackie. Good morning. Yeah, Jackie,
yeah, but there was
Jackie.
Unless of course you're talking about the same brother that I'm referring to. Yeah, I just don't remember his name, but he used to be at Radio St. Lucia. He was there working with us. Another handsome dude.
Jackie,
so these were handsome, beautiful, very, very handsome, beautiful family. Yes. So so he died in December. In fact, the last day in December 2025. So they gave him a service befitting, his stature and everything. Yeah, I don't know if he was involved in direct combat. I don't know.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I don't think we ever heard about it. But I remember every year him being on the square and all that happening. Yes.
Yeah, the cenotaph.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. Ah, boy. Well, things haven't changed.
But it's sad to know the last one we had. Is gone.
Yes, I think Mr. Cyril.
The memories.
Yeah.
What I like, Andre, is the fact that I saw many photos of him, and I was thinking that would be perfect for some sort of library or little, because Jackie's very good at things like that. She's very, very good with entertainment, and she's very, very good with artists and that sort of thing. If she could do some kind of shrine or something for him that could stay on, that would be really good. His memory, by them, the family, Jackie, and that would be really, really, really good.
Yeah, boy. Some of the sad moments in the history of this world. The unavoidable the unavoidable, meaning war at some point. It's one thing if somebody is harassing you, they're picking a fight, right? Like Hitler loved to pick fights. Okay? And today I see the person who likes to pick fights. Yeah, I think you know what I'm going to say already. Yeah. He likes to pick fights. He likes to pick fights. I don't think these people really understand. I guess maybe because they're not the ones fighting in that crucible of war. They're not the ones that are there. It's not their children who are there. So they're in the comfy of their homes, and all they could do is to make soldiers and their families think as though they really, really care. Maybe they do. I don't know, they're for me to judge. But maybe if they're the ones fighting themselves, that they probably think twice about this thing.
Exactly.
Because, war, somebody said, what is it good for? Yeah, war, what is it good for? And he said, absolutely nothing. Because war is a terrible thing. It's terrible, right? Hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people dying in a war. When you heard that thing there in Iraq, over 7,000 American soldiers died in that war. Over 7,000. And they just keep... That's why you see when they went into Venezuela, and then they went into Venezuela, they're very careful to say there were no injuries, there were no deaths of Americans, because they know back at home people take that, but the Americans don't like that at all.
True.
When you hear American deaths and so on in war, they don't like it at all. You could lose your seat because of that, right? So they're very careful to say when they went to Venezuela, it was a smooth operation.
Yeah.
So now he's emboldened and he's heading to Iran now. I don't know what's going to happen, but Iran is talking tough. I really hope, Lady J, and our listeners and our viewers, I really hope Donald Trump has really thought about what he's doing there, because the Iranians, right? It's either you come, you just bomb them out, you kill guilty, quote unquote, guilty and innocents involved in that, right? Because Venezuela compared to Iran is like an island,
True.
right? And let me tell you something. There are these people in the region in Iraq. You have the Houthis and so many others. These people can make your life a living hell, even if you win the war, right? You displace the Ayatollah and his followers or his supporters and so on. These people there, they support, right? They support Iran, like Iran supporting them. That's why they say Iran is a sponsor of terrorism and so on, right? What Iran is doing, folks, in case you do not know, Iran supports any organization that wants to help the Palestinian cause.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what they do. So they supply them with weapons, with intelligence, everything. I'm not justifying that, but America makes them seem like they're the bad boy. So America can support Israel as much as they want. Genocide is cool, that's all right, that's fine. But the Iranians not supposed to support the Palestinians. And I watch a lot of America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. One day, I believe you'll see Palestinians appearing on that show, because one day they must get their freedom. They must have their land back. That can't continue like that. At some point, their life will be normal.
From this to
no, I'm saying
American.
one day.
You mean that
they will be free?
So why did you switch for the dancing, the sort of talent? Why you switch from?
Because right now, they nobody knows them.
Okay,
right?
so you say
they're not involved. They're not involved in anything. Nothing. You can't participate in America's Got Talent, right? They cannot show you how great they are at tennis, at football, at cricket. Because right now these people are just being suppressed, just the way black people were being suppressed. Look, now we're free. And we're free, and we're able to show off our talents and our abilities. We all have them because God made man equal. But they just have a group of people that believe because of their color, right, that they're superior to you. So I hope Mr. Trump knows what he's doing. They're going to mess around with Iran, because Iran could make things very difficult, very, very difficult for the whole world. The
And
whole
we need one of the leaders to stand up to him, Andre. We do.
I don't think Iran is able to be honest with you.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a start with whatever they want to, with whatever they can do, and probably will try. It's a start.
And Trump saying, "Oh, they destroyed the nuclear facilities and so on." You just there boasting and saying how you'll destroy nuclear facilities and this sort of thing. And look, you coming back now telling them, behave yourself. So you have to ask yourself, how much damage was really done when he came from this thing boasting and saying, we hit them really hard. We hit them really hard. Right. And look,
it's
you
confidence.
really telling them now, you the same talk again, right? Behave yourself. You're trying to rearm and so on. If that thing was so devastating, Iran wouldn't be the talk for at least 10 years. You understand? So now you want to go now, send an armada down there, the same thing they did with Venezuela, and to now strike them. But as I said to you, they can do it. I don't think Iran can handle that. But Iran is going to fire a set of missiles behind Israel. That's for sure. They're going to fire a lot of missiles behind Israel. And the price of oil. Okay? Well, I hope I guess they figure as though maybe now they have Venezuela oil that should be able to cushion things. Maybe. That's how they're thinking. But the Strait of Hormuz there, okay, where these tankers have to pass and so on. Boy, listen, I really hope they've calculated what they're about to do there. Because I believe they're going to strike. Because Iran said they're willing to negotiate, but it has to be in a respectful way.
Agreed.
You can't just come and just bully your way and figure you can get what you want. So I was just talking about this whole war thing, right? When you talk about Mr. Sheribin giving his service and so on, I think there was another gentleman who's from Maynard Hill, Mr. Cyril. Well, he died. I think he died a few years ago. He was, one of the last.
Yeah. Oh, I
persons.
remember that. Yeah. I think they were the last two.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So maybe in moving forward, all leaders, once you declare war, you have to go and fight. Once you declare war,
okay,
go. You have to be there going to fight, because back in the day, the leaders of the countries used to fight. Yeah, they would go out there and fight like anybody else. But now them fellas staying in the comfy of their home there.
Lead.
And you go. Do the dirty work. I say I hope he knows what he's doing. Anyway, the Antigua and Barbuda government, imagine that they said they were talking about the cost of living in Antigua. Apparently they have some challenges there, and they were saying that they don't have any control over the cost of the goods coming into the country. Because, for example, if St. Lucia is exporting mangoes, and our mangoes cost $5 a mango. I'm just giving us an example. Yeah. Antigua is saying there's nothing we can do because that's the cost of the mango coming from St. Lucia. So all they could do is to, of course, the things that they have control over, which has to do with the sales tax.
Right.
Okay? So they're looking at reducing the sales tax to help cushion they actually said it, the high cost of living. Yeah. So that's in Antigua. So they said that they're going to roll that out later this year. They didn't give a timeline, but it's a way of helping to ease the squeeze. Yeah. So bravo to them. I know in St. Lucia, our government has been trying to do a similar thing. Yeah. Because the people are hurting. Remember we had a VAT-free day.
Yeah. Although I missed that.
A whole bunch of things.
So and people took advantage of it. That's really good. Yeah.
There's a story in Jamaica, sad story. They've been having quite a few suicides in Jamaica, and I noticed they don't keep. Normally, you see, they would keep statistics for homicides / murders in Jamaica, but when people commit suicide, these stories are very, very, very short, probably about maybe 10 lines, and they're done with that. And I think for obvious reasons, they don't want people to hear those stories and think that this is a way that they can behave. Like it's another avenue, so they keep that on the down low. Just a very short thing, but I noticed I follow those stories very closely. There have been quite a few suicides in Jamaica.
I always believe for something like that, Andre, then in that same news broadcast, they should bring in a psychologist to just discuss. I think what they usually get the flip side.
Yeah, you're right. And maybe they do that, but I think what they generally end these stories by saying, if you are having any issues, to call a helpline. Yeah. We had that in St. Lucia, by the way.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, they keep a low profile. If they're still around, they keep a very low profile. You
But
don't-
Andre, did we hear any last year? Probably, I can't remember hearing any suicides last year.
St.
Did it
Lucia?
go down?
Hmm.
The year before, but last year to me, I didn't hear any.
But the suicide helpline in St. Lucia, or whatever it is that they call it, do you know the number? I'm sure you don't. The average person doesn't know.
No.
They keep a very low profile, which they shouldn't. A helpline like that, government should give them some money, do some public service announcements, something like that. I don't think the average radio station, TV station would charge for something like that, because that's a different kettle of fish right there. You understand? But what makes this one really sad? This is a 73-year-old woman.
Yeah.
73. Yeah. They found her body hanging from a window at her home. That happened on Monday night. Yeah, 73. So I asked him, what could she, maybe some, I don't know, some mental
'Cause we
issues?
hear
I'm not sure.
much younger
Generally.
persons.
Mhm.
This one is strange.
Yeah.
Did they say anything about foul play?
No.
Really?
They just said that she's the mother of a couple of prominent people in Jamaica.
Oh, my.
Yeah, people know.
Wow.
But 73, that's at that point there. I mean, what could have been happening in her life that would cause her to do something like that at that age?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The maturity should have been there at 73.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To
I wonder,
know that this is
to
not
know,
how you
right,
handle
yeah.
that. But maybe she was ill. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mental.
and that's why this whole thing about assisted suicide thing, assisted dying. I think in England right now they're going through that process right now. But these are tough things.
Dr. Kovokian, that is coming back. You say that's
In
somebody
Britain?
in England is
Yeah.
going to be doing that?
Yeah, they're looking to pass the laws. As to whether it's going to go through, I don't know. But they've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in other words, if you're at that stage and you're really, really ill and you can provide evidence, you have a doctor or not more than one doctor, two doctors, sometimes three doctors saying, hey, this person is really, really ill for true. And you have sound mind and this is what you want to do. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. Imagine some people want to live forever and there are others who just want to call it a day.
Yeah.
But we're not in their shoes, so we don't know exactly what it is that they're going
Pain is
through.
pain to an individual. And that individual only. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
and not everybody want to know that they just on the bed can't do anything for themselves. You know,
Yeah,
some
you're right.
people, yeah, some people will not be able. Some people lose a limb and they can't take it, Andre. Much less.
I know for sure, I said it already. I'd like to live to be 100. I'd love that, to be honest with you.
With your faculties.
Right. But I do not want to have dementia. I don't want to be having issues, going to the restroom. I need 24-hour care and this sort of thing.
It won't make sense.
I don't want that.
Well, that's how these people come in now, the Dr. Kovokians and these people come in, because these people are crying out for death. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of going
That's the
through.
thing, Andre.
Yeah, that's why I tell you, we must not judge, right? We don't know what the people are going through. But I think it's so controversial because there's not a way, right? For example, like people, I've checked the Bible already, to be honest with you, to see if there's anything in there that would indicate whether how God sees this thing, right? The assisted dying.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in there that would give any indication as to how God views you taking your life. Well, not by suicide. I'm not talking about, because there are at least, I think, maybe 2-3 cases recorded of suicides in the Bible. These things that happen. For example, Judas is one case for sure. Remember, Judas took his own life.
Yeah.
And I think there are about two or three others. I don't remember exactly how many. But this thing about you wanting to end it now on your own because of sickness and this sort of thing. So it's highly controversial. So the moral and ethical issues there. Is that right to do that? I remember a former Israeli prime minister. He had a stroke, and he was actually at the hospital for about 8 years in a coma.
Wow.
Yeah, on life support. And again, the culture, the Jewish culture, they don't believe in ending your life. They figure, let you,
On
the body stops, you stop breathing, your heart stops. That's how they see
but if
it.
you're on life support, it's not going to stop. They have to take that out, Andre.
No, your heart will stop, yeah. After a while, can keep going.
This is helping you to remain.
It helps you. That's
so they
true.
would have to take it out, Andre, and then eventually, whether it's a minute, 20 minutes after, that's it. The heart will give.
Sorry, I mean, all due respects. At some point, even if you're on life support, your heart will give away. I can't keep beating forever. It has to go, even if you're on life support.
But 8 years, Andre, that's a long time to be on life support. That means
because that means his heart was still beating, but it got to the point now the heart says, "Okay, I've had enough. It's time to call it a day." And then that's where. So I was just making the point that in some societies, like the Jewish faith and so on, they don't believe in like assisted suicide and this sort of thing. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what the term is. But it's really, really, really controversial. Really controversial. But as I said, we must not judge people. People know what they're going through at that particular moment for them to make a decision like that. But I do know, I was in America when I saw Dr. Jack Kevorkian administer that chemical into the person's bloodstream. I actually saw it. I saw him. And when I saw that, I was shocked. I think the entire world was shocked. But guess what? Look today now. People are now debating this thing. Governments debating it as to whether they should be allowing it, and some countries do allow it. Okay. Another thing, a sad day.
Andrew, when you're talking I probably do some research on my own about that.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, you can even. Yeah. You can. His name was Ariel Sharon. That's his name. So you can check that out. Yeah, Sharon. All right. So a sort of sad day for a major newspaper. Well, they're actually online. It's called Newsday in Trinidad and Tobago. They've been around for 32 years, and they had their final edition on online on Wednesday. That was the last day. So the staff now, everybody, you build a relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
That's like similar to a Helen television system where you have certain employees who've been there for years. Of course, you have new people coming in all the time, but there's a certain group of people, right, that it's like an extended family. So I'm sure that's the same thing with that particular organization. Some staff, they were there for a long time. Well, of course, you have the newcomers, and maybe some of them leave early. But anyway, so 32 years in operation, and they closed on Wednesday. They're not going to be online anymore. And they had a little get-together, a little staff get-together, and they said they were reflecting on the years of the work that they shared, their friendships, memories. Imagine that. That's things like, you feel like it's like another family.
Extended, yeah.
Wow, that is something else. Because you spend a lot of time, at work, a lot of time there.
Yeah.
So anyway, in case people are wondering what was going on, basically, they couldn't pay their bills anymore.
Social media, Andre.
Yeah. And you'd figure social media would probably be the one to kind of survive. Yeah, because now, you have, we have FM. Yes, we do have online as well. But people are even saying there's some people who don't even have the FM service. It's strictly online. Like our good friend Russell Lake, right? He's strictly online.
Yeah.
So you'd figure as though maybe they stand a better chance of making it. But boy, I don't know. I mean, they gave the reasons. They said that on financial problems that they've had, no doubt paying their bills, paying maybe even paying staff as well. Who knows? And sometimes against staff, you feel this affinity toward this organization, and you understand this month, you're going to get paid late,
right.
So you're patient and this sort of thing. Yeah. So they listen to that. They said this was driven by declining advertising revenue. Now a lot of people are saying now that they're advertising online. There are many clients there, REV-UP, we've approached them, and they're reluctant to advertise, although you tell them you're also online,
right.
But they figure as though, we advertising
directly.
Online, via Facebook and this sort of thing. There are quite a few people we've spoken to, and that's where they invest in their monies. So it's declining advertising revenue. Now that could be also as a result of competition.
It has to be, Andre, because there's a lot of advertising on social media. So I find it strange that they would be closing down.
Well, no, I mean with different online organizations. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying that you have competition from other online.
Yes.
You understand?
Of course.
Same thing online. They're providing a service.
Different ones, yeah.
Right. So competition there, and I guess, boy, you have to be doing something that is different.
Totally.
To survive.
Totally different. You have to bring a totally different game in order to get that advertising and continue, because you've got to continue. You can't say, I'll get it for 1 month and then you don't know what's happening the next month.
That's true.
You know? And
you have to be constantly thinking what they call outside the box.
Yeah,
you have to be constantly thinking of other ways. Like, for example, I can say this because most radio stations, they go for the same thing. Generally, the last quarter of a year is when you get a lot of advertising. It's a little heavier, right? But then once you get into the first quarter, meaning January, February, March, boy, there's a dip.
Yeah.
There's a dip. And a lot of organizations like ours have to rely now on what you had in maybe November, December to keep you going until about March. Boy,
no, it's true.
That thing is really, really...
It's true.
Boy. And there's so... In our case in St. Lucia, we have, I think, over 30-something stations in St. Lucia, both radio and TV combined.
Oh, okay. And online included?
Now, it doesn't feel that way.
No, not at all.
It doesn't feel that way.
I was thinking we had 8 until... Well, I didn't know we had 30-something. I thought we had 20-something.
No, I think what, 32 or somewhere around there.
Oh.
Now, there's a lot of them. There's one that's in Dennery called, I think, Dennery FM.
Okay, that one I haven't heard of.
Yes, I was playing in Dennery when I was introduced to the manager and some of the staff and so on. I said, hey, wow, I imagine this. I didn't even know that they existed.
Yeah.
So there are a few of them. I think in Soufrière, a few, Beaufort, if I'm not mistaken, because these are the local. They don't really broadcast to the north.
They're just in that area.
Right, exactly. So
that's a good thing.
There's a lot of competition. So boy, you got to be really thinking outside the box. So they were saying financial difficulties because of declining revenue from advertising, and hear that one, and the lasting impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, Andre.
That one is a huge one.
That messed up a lot of people.
Boy,
a lot of businesses closed and haven't opened since.
Yes, since. So imagine.
May not be able to open again.
Yeah, because again, during COVID, you had to find a way to keep the lights on. And the thing is, once you keep the lights on, you still have the bills. You have electricity, for example. When you're running an organization like that, and you have transmitters here, there, because you want to provide a service to the entire island. So the people who provide you with the electricity to provide to the listeners, they ain't paying anything,
No.
They want you to pay.
But Andrew, I still want to say bravo to you, because around you and Tony, I mean, God bless his soul, because around that same time, you two, the two of you were trying to open up the station. And it was around COVID time, wasn't it?
Well, no. It was in the planning stages. Yeah. But after
so it must have been tough.
Yeah, boy.
It must have been tough.
The first year was super tough. Super tough. And I want to say thank you, to my sister, Dawn.
Okay.
And her husband, Jonathan. I mean, had not been for them, because Tony and myself, we went into a shock. We were in a shock mode, because it's as though we were like new kids on the block. Nobody, like we're starting all over. I didn't expect that. Imagine when Tony and myself spoke about it, we said, well, okay, Tony said, well, by 3 months, we should be Irie. I said, Tony, 3 months? Oh, wow, maybe more like 6 months. I said that, maybe more like 6 months. Tony said, nah, man. That's Andre Paul and Tony Paul. I remember him saying that. I said, all right, let's see. Boy, 6 months? That thing when rolled over into 1 year. There's some people that they feel strongly that, listen, you all just come on. Despite the fact that you have a veteran like me there. You know what I mean? A veteran, a old schooler like me there. Yeah. So you have to find now innovative ways.
You have to get that confidence with the two of you all again, because now you're on your own. Yeah,
and you have to think again outside of what do we do? And and the thing is, and you have people like who try to encourage you. Now the encouragement is good. You can't get away from that, to tell you hold on, but they don't tell you how to hold on.
I will give you $1,000 here.
They tell you how to hold on.
I'll give you $5,000 there.
Exactly.
Hold on with this.
Yeah.
I see what you're
saying. You hold on, keep holding on, and then you wonder, well, how am I going to hold on? And wow. Yesterday I met somebody. I wouldn't say from which organization, not necessary, but one of the organizations that haven't really come on board as yet. And I said to him, I said to him, well, he said hello to me, right? He's like the managing director of this organization. So I said to him, hey, what's up there and everything? You know, he came over to say hello. I said, you're aware that, I have a radio station now? He said, yes, I've heard. And I said to him, well, I'm also aware that you guys haven't come on board as yet.
Okay, Andre.
And he said to me, there's a new marketing manager that they have there, so try to reach out. Now, he didn't tell me he'll reach out for me, me reach out to the. I said, all right.
The steps, Andre, the steps.
Yeah. So that's just really sad. I mean, they have to close up for those reasons. But I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. And Lady J, I'm sure there are lots of other organizations going through the same thing as we speak.
Barely holding on by a thread, but still trying. And sometimes it's so difficult to say to let the staff go. So they hold on to the staff.
Good point.
And in the meantime, the bank account is dipping in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, you heard them saying the staff, they really feel it for the staff. Sometimes they themselves, the owners, don't even take the salary. They just figure, something.
Some of them,
I
Andre.
can survive. Yeah. And the only thing, the people who supply you with the things that you need, the most that you could do is to probably reach out and say, give us a little time. But then while you're getting the time now, the bills are piling up. Piling up.
Yeah.
And boy, so no wonder. So if they went through that, yeah. Donald Trump.
Sad.
Donald Trump filed for bankruptcy, I think Chapter 11, I think about 6 times.
I was about to say, Andre, so many times.
About 6 times. Yeah. And he's supposed to be a successful businessman, right? 6 times. And talking about that, let me just make a quick point before, because we have to, and folks, there's no shout outs today because we have, every time I want to say pastor, but he has many roles.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Phil and Claire Leo coming in at 11:30 this morning for the healing process. So we'll not be having any shout outs, but we're just about to end. I just want to make a quick point before we end. Nicki Minaj. There was some summit that I think Donald Trump was having, I think on was it yesterday, where he's trying to open some account for children born from a certain time, everything with the banks and so on. I don't know. I didn't read all the details, but some idea that he has to help young children, right? Maybe into their adulthood, maybe the concept of saving. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj happened to be there. So, of course, he asked her to come and say a few words. And she was saying about how, imagine that Nicki Minaj is saying that people are bullying Donald Trump.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay? They're bullying Donald Trump. So, let me see if I could get it there. Yeah. Okay, here we go. She said here, well, I don't know what to say. That's when they asked her to come on, right? But I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. Okay? And she said here, she spoke about the hate and so on that people feel for Donald Trump. I think he's aware. He's aware that people don't like him. I think he's aware of that. He's very well aware of it. So she said here, Donald Trump is being bullied and smeared. Yes, he's being bullied and smeared. Now you see Nicki Minaj, right? I like that lady. I like her style and everything. You see that?
That's a turn off.
I turn off already, I turn off already. I said, what? That girl talking like that? Sorry. Let me not say that. That lady talking like that, man. Now you know why? Why? Elon Musk is another one. I used to admire this guy, right, for his ability to think outside the box. I used to admire it. I remember one time they were saying, Mitch just on another level, right? He was driving, I think, in traffic, and he doesn't like the fact that there's heavy traffic. And while he's there going through the traffic, he's there thinking, what can I do? He say, I'll build a tunnel, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Under the he's always on. So I used to admire this guy. I said, but how a man can become so wealthy in this lifetime? Imagine they say that this guy is almost to the point of being a trillionaire. When Tesla gave him a bonus the last time, it was $40-something billion. They said to keep him motivated. They don't want him to leave the company because he's so great. No, I admire this guy, just like I like Nicki Minaj. But Elon Musk turned me off when I saw him they're clapping for Benjamin Netanyahu when he was there addressing Congress. I said, what kind of thing is that? I mean, they're clapping for a man that's a murderer of children and so on. I said, but what? That just turned me off, man. And imagine, Mitt has no respect for the American people, right? They don't realize that. You know what he said? The people who were demonstrating against him, because people were there demonstrating against him, he said, "Oh, you're a useful idiots." Imagine, just think of it. Just imagine a Caribbean leader coming to St. Lucia. Okay, you come into my little country there, and you come and call. Say we're digging horrors because you're here. We did a few placards or something,
which could happen.
Yeah, that's your right to do that. You got your permission to come and protest, and you're going to call. Just think of that. Who person can I think of?
No, don't mention any of the Caribbean leaders. Just in general.
I already had one in my head. I already had one. And imagine that person coming to St. Lucia and calling St. Lucians useful idiots. Can you, man, listen, St. Lucians would go off on that person.
Definitely.
So here you are coming to the US, you're calling Americans useful idiots.
You probably wouldn't even get to leave the airport.
Your own country. And I see Elon Musk, they're clapping for it. I say, why? I done, man.
But Andre,
so
I'm
Nicki
still waiting for Nicki Minaj. Yeah.
Backseat.
I'm still waiting. What was the rest of the conversation?
Oh yeah, she said a lot. She said a lot. She said, "We're not going to let them get away with bullying him, and the smear campaign is not going to work. He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him." That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. Yeah, she said here. She said, the hate or what people have to say does not affect me at all.
Yeah, right.
It actually motivates me to support him more." And Trump at the back of her there. you know the grin he has?
Good, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Wow. Is that for real, Andre?
For real. Yeah. So, Nicki Minaj, our sister, our. Miss, she said, people bullying Donald Trump.
She's going to get, I must check social media.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be in her case.
A lot of hate.
Yeah, they're going to be in her case.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got to wrap up.
Andre, we do have time. I've gotten better. Trust me. I'm ready for by 15:15. We can read
No.
You good?
No. They have to come
Okay.
in. They have to come in. So we have to make sure we...
Preparation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they can preparate themselves. All right. So, folks, especially the folks on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, on DBS, thanks so much for joining us. Tomorrow, we'll be having your shout-outs. It's just that today we have to get ready for the healing process at 11:30. All right?
And to our usual persons on Facebook who have sent messages, good morning to you.
Yes.
So, and our text WhatsApp platform.
Sorry about that, folks.
There's so many messages.
Every Thursday, that's how it is. Sorry about that. So we have to end. So we have the REV-UP Center coming up next with Lady J until 3 this afternoon. Let's say good morning to
Zen.
Jane. Yeah. I would call her Kenya. Keena, yes.
Our
Keena.
person. Yeah, I was wondering where you were.
Well, me and names.
Keena. KKK.
Keena and Snow.
We spoke this morning,
Yeah, Keena and Snow.
Just
special good morning to both of you. Yeah. All right, so Keena should be back.
She sent me a big hug.
Yeah. She should be back in next week. I'm not sure which day, but I know she'll be back next week.
Yeah.
All right. So all the Keena fans, look out for Keena. She'll be back. All right. And so Lady J will be with you until 3 this afternoon. Then from 3 o'clock, it's going to be Zen the DJ.
That's right.
Until 6. All right. So do have yourself a great day. Andre Paul saying, wishing you all the best. This has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keurings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
REV-UP St. Lucia, your healthy alternative.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
95.9 FM, the alpha of radio. Radio.